Welcome to the Life Leader Podcast. I'm your host, Patricia Celeste, and I'm here for you, a heart-led entrepreneur, a life leader that wants to create a better world through your gifts. And enjoy your life while you are doing it. Lovely to have you here. Hello, beautiful being, and welcome to this episode, What Saying Yes to a Successful Business Means. So, in this episode, I will share with you what a yes to your successful business actually includes, what it means. Yes, I will. And I also want to share how I deal with this yes. That actually not always feels like I want to say yes, but I do, because I want. Okay, this will be more clear soon. And what signing up to be a parent and a business owner have in common. And what you should ask yourself when you're nearly feeling to give up on your business. Okay, so I will not sugarcoat this. So here comes some truth bombs. To say yes to a successful business is about committing to everything that comes with it. It's the challenges, the annoyance, the fears, the frustrations, as well as the freedom, the expansions, the abundance, the joy, the wealth, everything that can come with it. So you can't expect that you will make this journey without having one thing or the other, like the more heavy stuff or the lighter stuff. Everything will come to you. So you might think or have an idea that having a business is about hustle and hard work. Or you may not. But having a business is not all about hustle and hard work, because it can be amazingly flowing, creative, fun, and expensive. But for that to happen, you have to choose it as well. Because, we can focus on all the negative, all the heavy sides, all the hassles if we want. And likewise, having your own business is not always a feeling of freedom, joy, and fun. Very often you have to get your hands dirty and just do that shitty work that you don't really feel for doing. At least when you are a solopreneur and haven't built your team yet. And even if you have, there will always be bits and pieces of work you will like less to do than other. So sometimes having your own business is pictured. I have seen this like, oh, your own business, the freedom and the joy and yeah. And yes, but it's a little bit, pictured as the pink cloud of abundance and freedom. But it's like life, It's like a relationship. Even the relationship you love is not always a ride on red roses, right? So why would you expect your business to be that? So I would like to compare it with being a parent. So when you sign up to be a parent, or you just can imagine how it is to sign up to be a parent, you don't only sign up for the lovely pictures that you might have in your mind where you hold your baby for the first time, smell that fantastic smell, and see this unique human being growing up. You also sign up for the sleepless night, the baby screams, going to the playground when you might not feel for it, and dealing with eventual real problems and challenges your child might have or will have. So before you receive this child, you can never imagine how much joy, love, and happiness this child will bring you, right? And at the same time, you will never be able to imagine some parts that are so difficult. Honestly, sometimes when you are a parent, you might wonder what the heck you are signing up for. I have heard this from parents, and I love this honesty as well. And signing up to be a business owner is the same in a way. You have to say yes to the whole process. You must commit wholeheartedly to being a business owner, whatever comes with it. Because if you're not saying a complete yes, you will drop off sooner or later. So the main difference, I would say then, that are between parenthood and business, even if there of course a lot, but if we just look at this aspect that I just have talked about the commitment level, the whole yes, is that, few people decide to, not be a parent anymore when an obstacle comes around the corner. I mean, some, unfortunately, they do. They choose to not be parent anymore. But most people don't. But so many entrepreneurs, they decide to drop their business when challenges knock on the door. And it will. And it's so much easier to turn your back on your business than to turn your back on your child. Because for your child, you have a stronger emotional bond and feel a big responsibility, which is great. You should. Every parent should. And since every child deserves parents that says fully yes to them when they grow up. But for your business, even if you feel a lot for it, maybe a lot of feelings, and you really feel this, it can't even be compared to the emotional bond that you have for your own child. So you can drop your business when you feel that it was more work than expected. So there is why your commitment to it and your inner drive for it is something you have to work on so much more, especially in the beginning when everything might feel overwhelming. Then the commitment you have to work for being a parent, even if that also can feel like too much work and overwhelming as well. So do you get me what I mean? It's so much easier to say, no, I don't want this anymore for your business when you feel there is too much that you didn't expect. So it can be easy to quit your business in a way, to take a so-called normal work instead, to choose what you might see as the more easy solution. But the question is that really an easier path to go? To choose that normal work? Because if your soul really wants you to create from a place that requires you to have your own business, it will always be there in the background, whispering to you, reminding you where you actually want to be. Can you get that? I can totally get this. This was really in the beginning before I decided to be a business owner, I had this kind of feeling, this whisper that got louder and louder. So, obstacles happens all the time in business. So one example from myself last week is this. So to be honest, I haven't been super into Instagram. I have put my energy in other platforms, in other ways, and I grow from there. But yeah, so I haven't put so much time and energy into creating an account with a lot of content. I have had an Instagram account, but not really committed fully to it. But in the last month, I have started to feel more drawn to put time and energy into my Instagram account. It had just, being there in my mind, and I've kind of leading up to it. I've done a lot of other stuff in the meanwhile. So last week, I was like, okay, now it's gonna happen. I'm gonna start to move more into this to create good content here. And I was moving things around with my current account, and suddenly I could not log in anymore to my Instagram account. And even if I got a recent password to my email address, it just didn't work. So whatever I tried to do, I didn't seem to be able to solve it. And it seems to be difficult, to even get some help from Instagram itself in this. So, I got in pretty shit mood and realized that, it's maybe also I'm in this extra shitty mood because I have my period and everything feels just stronger these days. So usually when I have my period, I actually let myself slow down and take it easy. But for some reason, I was really into wanting to solve this problem. Because honestly, I feel very keen to start sharing good English content on Instagram since it had been all in Swedish before. So I realized that, okay, I have to allow myself to be a bit annoyed over this hassle for a few minutes first, to then be able to zoom out and feel that it would not be the end of the world if this didn't work out in the way I wanted. And as soon as I allowed myself to give myself permission for this frustration for a short little while, then I also could allow myself to get more clarity and not get stuck in this frustration. So first I let myself to feel this frustration, and then I could more easily decide and choose to let that frustration go. And from there, a possibility opened up where a solution actually came. And now I'm all logged in again on Instagram, ready to start sharing. Okay, so the point is, here's the thing. Suppose I would not have allowed myself to accept that things can be frustrating in business. In that case, I deny the whole process and try to spiritual bypassing what I need to go through, which means I try to jump over the steps that can give me the teaching I need to receive. So I have to be prepared that these kinds of annoying things can happen, and when it happens, I will be prepared just to do what I see that I can do without making a big story out of it. Like a story like, this is too complicated, this is not for me, and this should not be like this. Which can, of course, be true that it's not for me, for example. For example, you might find out that doing a podcast was not for you. But before you decide, see if it was your expectations of it that were not realistic, rather than this was not your thing. So I will tell you, so many times I have felt something has been too complicated as an excuse that I don't want to get my hands dirty and I don't want to do the thing. But when I instead just have done the thing, even if I didn't really feel for it, but I really focus my commitment on it, then I have been able to solve and create so much more than I, in the first place, didn't believe I could do. So there are also other times, like when it actually wasn't my thing. So that is, for example, when it came to my bookkeeping. I felt it was too draining and not my thing. So I decided to hire someone to do this for me. And I'll tell you what, that was the best decision I could take. But as you see, I didn't give up my business for it. I just found another solution that would help me. So ask yourself when you feel like giving up and not really wanting to do something. Ask yourself, am I avoiding right now? Or is there a better solution to this available? Am I avoiding and I just have to do this because I make a big story out of it? Or is there a better solution? Is there actually this thing I don't want to do and there is a better solution for this available? There's a lot of business that we need to learn, and that actually being in business and being your own brand can be the most profound personal development course you can do, honestly. Because you really got to meet your fears and your saboteurs and false protectors. And you, if you really commit and really, really want to grow, you learn to set healthy boundaries for yourself and others. And you learn so much about yourself. And if you don't are ready to meet your fears, your saboteurs in a lovely way, and put these boundaries, there will not be flow and joy in your business if you constantly live in this fear. For example, if you constantly live in, what will other people think? Am I good enough? And you just try to do more than you actually have time and energy for. And you try to people please. And you might live in the belief that you can't do everything that it takes to have a business. And that is really, really draining because your self-belief is in the bottom. So when you invite your big yes to have a successful business, then you welcome all aspects of it. That's what you have to do. You just have to welcome it all with your open arms, which means you are willing to transform, you're willing to grow and expand through the challenges that comes. And from that comes growth, which sooner or later will lead you to success. And you will become even more of who you want to be. And if you are in your business for the long term, as I definitely are, I'm not going anywhere. And if you are willing to learn and get supported with an open heart, then you can't do anything else than succeed, I promise. So yes, let me know, what is your struggles in your business? And what would you like to say more yes to in your business? What are you avoiding that you actually know you should do? And where can you call in another solution? I would love to hear your thoughts on this. So follow me on Instagram and leave me a comment there. Now when I'm finally gonna put more time and energy in it. So please join me there. You find me on Patricia Celeste. It's an / at between Patricia and Celeste. So welcome to say hi, welcome to share your thoughts, and tell me if this episode helped you in some way. Because I really want you to succeed in your business, because the world really, really needs your special gift. So, till next time, take care and